Hi guys, welcome to Road to Futures. This is HTrade and I am a partner trader of Wesley Trades HQ. Alright, so yesterday was quite eventful. So basically yesterday was the 6th of December and let me quickly go through the trades that I took. Basically I got out at break even, but to be honest with you, it was actually a very good day. I did make one mistake. But let me just quickly go through the trades that I did. So basically, I manage 50,000 and 100,000 evaluation from Funded Next at this point in time. But let me just quickly show you my trades from yesterday. So let's quickly go back to the 6th of Jan. I actually kept my markings the same as yesterday, just to make this explanation a little bit clearer. All right, cool. So here we are, 5th of Jan, 6th of Jan. So yesterday we had our previous daily high at this level and previous day low at this level. The previous day low from yesterday, or basically from Monday morning, is also the new week open gap. Perfect, right? So what happened yesterday? So yesterday I was looking for a trade during the New York session. So basically what happened during London session yesterday. So we came down, we took out the previous day's we took Monday's Asian session low, and we took Monday's New York session low. Very nice bit of liquidity taken there. The 4-hour time frame at that point in time was bullish, and price started going up and up and up. It created a 15-minute inverted fair value gap, so the 15-minute time frame stayed bullish. Now the London trade that I took yesterday was around here. So if we just go one candle further, we tapped into this fair value gap. Since 15-minute time frame was still bullish, tapped into this fair value gap. We actually basically just closed below it, and I entered a buy trade. I literally entered the buy trade. My stop loss was at the first candle of the FVG movement, and I aimed for 1 to 1.8 plus minus, or let's say 1 to 2 basically. But then what happened was I got stopped out. So then I had to wait again. So this was literally pre-New York. So this was at 8 a.m. New York time. And yes, 100% stop loss. I took the stop loss like a man and I moved on. So then I moved further on to New York time frame. So what happened? So basically, you see this trade. Actually, we got presented a trade opportunity here at 9:28, 9:29. Now, yes, this is literally 2 minutes before the New York Open, but everything was already in place. The 15-minute time frame was bullish, and the 1-minute time frame was bullish, and the 4-hour time frame was bullish. So everything was already aligned. So what I did was I actually entered this trade here pre-New York Open. And this is exactly what happened. Let me show you this. Boom. Price went up. And wouldn't you know, we actually came to Asian high, which is beautiful. I could have taken my profits there. But no, I was greedy. Price came down harshly, and I closed my trade in the middle. So I basically took a one-to-one, a one risk to reward trade, which was actually very, very sad because I could have literally just taken my 2 risk to reward trade and called it a day. Boom, there we go. Just like that. I could have just closed the day. That's literally a 1 minute candle. Seriously, just a 1 minute candle. One minute candle. And that was insane. Absolutely insane. So basically at the end of the day, yeah, there's my trade. There's my execution. As you guys can see, I was an 800 and something dollars profit already at that point in time. And I closed the trade as price started going down. Unfortunately, I closed low. I closed much less than I expected to generate. But with that trade, I got to break even at the end of the day basically. So the lesson that I learned with that move is I should not be greedy. I should just take the profit that I want and then move on, and should not take anything more than that, because every day is a trading day on its own. So the other lesson that I learned was just to stick to New York Open trades, because that is where most of my capital comes from. That's where most of my profits comes from. New York, London trades like this one that I took here. I actually documented this one as well. You see, there's my execution and there's my take profit, as I've shown here on the charts here. I just did. It wasn't a good trade. Full stop. Yes, the 15-minute time frame was bullish. Price went up, respected this fair value gap, and actually created an inverted fair value gap as price moved on. See this one here. So 15-minute time frame was bullish, but it was so close to New York Open. I should just have stayed out of it and then just waited for New York Open. That's it. That's literally it. Pre-New York Open, there was another beautiful trade right here on the 1 minute time frame. CE tap, number 1. 1 minute inverted fair value gap. Number 2. Absolutely beautiful trade. But the timing, take a look at the timing. 9:22 a.m. So your stop loss could be at this FVG candle low, or the FVG movement, the starting of the FVG movement, and you could have also aimed for 1 to 2 risk reward, because my bias was clear, my direction was clear. So yeah, that's basically it. I mean, there's nothing much I can say from yesterday. I didn't take any other trades after this, because that was literally the trade that I took. And now, people that did not enter this trade, what they did was they waited. You could have waited basically for a different entry, right? 15-minute time frame went bullish, and as the New York Open went, we just did not get any good entry. This is actually a good entry, but the thing is, you see this inverted fair value gap here on the 1 minute time frame. The problem with this is we went straight through the fair value gap, and we did close above it. Some people could have entered this trade, but it's very risky. Very, very risky. I knew price was going to aim for previous day high. We could have taken this trade and could have taken a beautiful take profit, 100%, but we went completely through that fair value gap at the end of the day. So yeah, it is what it is. There's plenty of opportunities that could have been taken yesterday. Okay, there's also a CE tap I actually went through that fair value gap. Nothing we could have done about that one. Let's go on. Now, after price took the previous daily high, price started consolidating. Actually, we went through this fair value gap as well. We respected it here. You could have entered the buy trade here, but we went through the fair value gap. So my entry model says it should tap the fair value gap and then close above it if you want to look for a buy. But in this case, same as here. This was an inverted fair value gap. So tap it, close above it, but it went straight through it. So it was a risky buy at the end of the day. What could have happened further? So if your bias is bullish, then you look for buys, right? Now in this case, again, tap through the fair value gap. This wasn't the proper CE tap. It went straight through basically the fair value gap. So, and we already taken the previous daily high. So what does this mean now? Price is going to start to consolidate and give some form of retracement, which price actually did. So looking for a buy at this stage in time was not good. Could have done, there's nothing you could have done about that. So what you could have done is you could have simply waited for at least a 50% retracement. Let's go on the 15-minute time frame. Let me show you here. So you see, consolidating, price started going down, and let's wait. Boom, tap the 50%, almost tap the 61%. And what happened after that? Price started consolidating again, right? Boom, we tap this 50% value. What is this? Where is this fib retracement coming from? So from this high and this low. So there's a decent 50% retracement. All right. So what do you do now? Now you wait for 1 minute to turn bullish again. So 1 minute is turning bullish here. Remember, 4 hours time frame is still bullish. 15-minute time frame almost turned bearish. But there's two fair value gaps after each other, and this one is now being respected. So we are still bullish on the 15-minute time frame. So what are we waiting for? We're waiting for the 1 minute time frame to start turning bullish again, right? Now we wait. Boom. So here is an inverted fair value gap and a new bullish fair value gap, which is beautiful. What are we waiting for now? A retracement into the fair value gap, into one of the fair value gaps at least. This one, yeah, there we go. Got our retracement. Let's just take this out of the way. And now you just, okay, and we went even further into the fair value gap. CE tap, perfect. Entered buy there. Taking your stop loss here or here. And aimed for 1 to 1.5 or 1 to 2. It's up to you. Let's take another trade here just to see which. Okay, 1 to 2. Let's do this. Almost stopped out here if you've taken your stop loss to short. Could have been stopped out here if your stop loss was to short. I always try to make my stop loss the best way that I can. And you would have reached your take profit, yeah. Boom. There we go. A little bit late into New York session, but at the end of the day, we eventually went bullish again. Because, like I said, the bias is bullish. Was bullish at that point in time. So we were bullish on the 4-hour time frame, bullish on the 15-minute time frame, and now 1-minute time frame started turning bullish again, and boom, there's the entry. And you see, just like that, 1.5, 2, etc., etc. So that's it. That's literally it. If you didn't get this entry, you could have waited for this one here. That's also a CE tap. You could have entered your buy here. Of course, the 1-minute time frame is now bullish at the end of the day. Could have aimed to 1.1 to 2 risk reward. Could have gotten that as well. How beautiful is that? Come on now. So yeah, that's it. That's what happened yesterday. And yeah, I'm done with this trade for that day. And now we move on to today. So let's see what today's New York session will bring for us. I hope you guys enjoyed this breakdown. This was an absolutely beautiful trading day, and it respected the higher time frame confluences that I was watching, and it's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, let's see what the rest of the day brings. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Cheers.